Alright, so the Canucks have just concluded a 6-game road trip, and it finishes at a final record of 4-1-1. Today, the Canucks had possibly their toughest task of the season thus far against the Minnesota Wild, who are top of the NHL. And listen, all things considered, you can't really be that mad at the result. I mean, it sucks that you lose in overtime, but it's the final game of a 6-game road trip. You're probably pretty tired if you're the Vancouver Canucks. You take the top team in the league to overtime, and you've also dealt with a lot of injuries on this trip. Miller and Hronek are two key pieces, so not having them in these key situations, I mean, it's just not ideal, is it? Also, I hate to mention this, but that reffing in the overtime completely screwed the Canucks over, so that was a little bit annoying. They had so many chances, though, in that overtime to put it away. They really should have won the game, but it was a pretty exciting overtime either way, so all things considered, I'm happy with the effort from the boys. Let's talk about the game, starting off with the first period of play. Early on, the Canucks had one chance here from Juleson, but then after that, the Wild kind of took control of the period with the bulk of the opportunities. The Canucks, though, get themselves a power play, which has been cooking lately. Pettersson over to Hughes, and he fires it in. Look, this guy's got to be in all the hard discussions right now. He's carrying my fucking fantasy team, and he's carrying the Canucks 1-0 for them. Late in the period, Pettersson and DeBrusk on a 2-on-1. DeBrusk with the shot. It's saved, but he gets his own rebound and gets another chance on goal, but it's a nice save from Gustafsson. The period remains the same at the first intermission. Midway through the second period, and the Wild finally get themselves on the board. It's Freddie Gaudreau. So it wasn't Kaprizov, wasn't Boldy, it wasn't any of these good players. It was a plug like Freddie Gaudreau, who, to be fair to him, has a bit of a snipe here on Lankinen, so it's a 1-1 game. Later, Noah Juleson, with all the time in the world, just blindly tosses up the puck. Wild pick it up and force Lankinen to make a nice save here. Usually I can see the vision, but I didn't see the vision in this one. I don't know what Juleson was doing. Later though, it's Höglander with a good move here. Tries to get back on the score sheet, but it's saved by Gustafsson. And in the final minute of the period, Susi puts it up in the middle, and then Pettersson battles in front. It squeaks over to Jake DeBrusk, and he fires it in to give the Canucks a 2-1 goal. The kid can't be stopped. That's his 11th goal of the season. Beautiful stuff. Early in the third, Jake Middleton scores for the Wild, ties the game up at 2. Canucks had a power play shortly after, and Jake DeBrusk off of this rebound here had a really good chance to get his second goal of the game, stopped by Gustafsson. Later, the Wild have a good chance to go up ahead, but Lankinen makes a nice save, keeps it tied. And honestly, for the rest of it, the goalies were solid, so we need overtime to conclude this one. Early on, it's Eriksson Ek with a breakaway, but it's Kevin Lankinen, the young kid, who keeps it out the net. Shortly after, Garland has a chance here to break out the zone, but Kaprizov takes him the fuck out. And of course, there's no call on the play. That would have been like a 2-on-0 there for the Canucks, but they have to live with it. They get some good chances here. Brandstrom saved by Gustafsson. Garland also stopped by Gustafsson later on, and then Besser has a breakaway to end the game, but hits the post. Wild break back, and it's the guy that should have been in the penalty box. Kirill Kaprizov, he's their best player. Of course they're not going to do it. He puts it in the back of the net. The refs hit their parlays, and the Wild win the game. But in all seriousness, this was a very fun game. And as I said, if you look at all of the things that happened in this game and all the things that led up to it, I'll say it again, tail end of a road trip. No Miller, no Hronek, no Demko. The Wild are first place in the NHL right now, and for good reason. They're a good team. And you come away with a point, so in my books, that's got to count for some sort of consolation. I thought the Canucks played pretty good. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on how you thought the game was. I'll be sure to catch you all in the next one. The Canucks are back home against Columbus on Friday. Thank you all so much for watching this one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. For now, peace out and take care.